start off with this. Hello everybody, my name is Nghĩa. I'm from class Discover 4B, and today I'm gonna talk about one of the biomes on Earth, that is the tundra, one of the most frozen place on Earth. My presentation is going to include in four topics. One is overall about the tundra, two is about the plants, the third is about the animals, and finally the conclusion. The tundra is on the north of the taiga, closer to the North Pole, which makes it much colder than the taiga is. The temperature ranges from -20 to 10 degrees Celsius. The landscape is mostly ice, glaciers, iceberg, mixed with the Arctic oceans. The land was rarely seen here because all the terrains were covered in ice. Also, the people often travel through the Arctic, particularly ships and icebreakers, but people still estimate that the resource hidden in the tundra are unbelievably high. Next, we have plants. Because of the freezing temperature, plants aren't able to live in the cold tundra. Only a few of them, which have adapted to live in the freezing temperatures, manage to survive near the taiga. To avoid the temperatures, plants tend to be really short and only grows near the taiga in order to avoid the cold winds. Also, the cold weather, some raspberries and blueberries can still grow in the winter. That is the Arctic raspberries and Arctic blueberries. Surprisingly, the oldest plants ever found in the Arctic, a kind of wheat, is 1,500 years old. About animals, since there is very less plants here, animals that live here usually live on meat and fish. The most, the one who rules the food chain here is the polar bear. A day of polar bears can eat up to 2 kilograms of fat every day, yet they have no heart disease. The Arctic Sea Ocean is also the home of a lot of fish. People estimate that the amount of fish in the Arctic is estimated to worth quintillions of dollars. Also, their fur is white. The polar bear skin is actually black. Despite the weather, there are still native people that live in the tundra. Also, none of them live in the South Pole in the Antarctica, but most of the natives live focusedly in the Arctic. Here's some of the highlights of the natives. The Eskimo invented the first sunglasses, due to the sunlight in the Arctic. The Inuit live in ice house and they are specialized in building them, especially when they travel every day. So they must build a house. So they must have the skill to build a house everywhere. Surprisingly, the Russians were Norway Vikings. The Slav call them the Rus, which means red hair. Then they start developing a culture here, and they then created a country, which is the Russia. Being in one of the cold places in the world, the tundra is receiving heavily damage from climate changes as the world became hotter. More ice is melting away, taking the animals home. They go extinct soon or sooner if we just stand here and watch. Not because of the animals alone. We also need to reduce the greenhouse effect in order to stop global warming. If the if the ice keep on melting, it will disrupt the year cycle, which will make the global weather go haywire, creating tons of natural disaster everywhere and every season. In order to stop that, many efforts have been put to protect the tundra. Many volunteers have come to clean the Arctic Oceans out of pollutions. The greenhouse effect is getting decreased as the green energy become more popular. And somehow the coronavirus has helped to decrease the greenhouse effects as people stay at home, not going anywhere, which reduce the greenhouse gases from cars. In the end, the tundra is a natural biome that filled with glaciers and icebergs. However, it is the same thing that makes it vulnerable to climate change. So we must protect the environment, not for the animals alone, but for us as well. Now, does anybody has a questions?
How did you come across the tundra? Yeah, why did you choose the tundra?
I remember it was related to one of my favorite science channel, the Crucial, and there was a video talking about the natural disaster, which is one of the thing about the year that the global world will go chaos if the gear stop. We stop the water cycle, and it will literally flood the whole entire world.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And you said that Corona or COVID has helped the tundra from melting or from climate change from stopping. Can you explain more about that?
I would rather say it doesn't stopping. It's just delaying because everybody is staying home. Less greenhouse gases is being released through driving. So the coronavirus only delays. It cannot completely stop. Well, if we was able to stop producing more greenhouse gases in at least 100 years, I will call that stopping.
Okay, very good. Are there any more questions? I think so. Okay, very good job, Mia.